Okay, so one of my favorite things about the holiday season is the fact that there are so many amazing Sephora favorites kits, so many value sets available. We don't see them as much throughout the year, but they do drop randomly on Sephora's website. So whether I'm shopping for a gift for someone or for myself, I do check that section fairly often because they'll pop up randomly. I think Sephora is gearing up for spring because I've seen a lot of new launches over the last few days, a lot of great value sets. So I wanted to break them down for you in today's video and share the true value. That way you can decide whether or not these are worth trying. I know a lot of you are on a low buy and you're not looking to buy like a ton of full-size products this year. Sometimes a value kit is a nice way to try out multiple products or multiple shades from a brand and get a little bit of a discount. Sometimes they're not a great deal and brands can be sneaky and attach a higher monetary value that's just really not there. That's why I like to film these videos and share like the true value and what you're actually getting. That way you can decide if it's something that's worth it to you. And the Sephora Spring Savings Event usually happens in April, so you can always add these to your loves list and get a little bit more of a discount then if they're still in stock. Also, I think there might be a few more coming just based on some photos I've seen on Instagram. I just chose like 12 or 13 for today's video, kind of choosing the brands that are a little bit more popular. But if you want to see part two, especially if more launch, let me know. Let's start off strong with a set from Saie. I think Saie usually does a really great job with their kits. You just get some of their more popular products, and usually the value really is there. So this is the SaieGlow Essentials Starter Set. Okay, so this set comes with one mini and two full-size products for $45. You also get this little mini jelly bag, which is kind of a nice added touch. During the holiday season, a lot of brands will include something like that, but not as much throughout the year. So I think that's nicer than the typical packaging you might end up getting rid of because you can end up using it to store makeup or other things that you might have on hand. So the first full-size product in here is their Dew Blush in the shade Baby. This retails for $25. I do like this formula a lot. I don't have this particular shade, but I do think this is one of their more popular shades, kind of a fun option for spring. I know that bright kind of baby doll pink was trending a lot over the last few years, but I do think it is just a color that people tend to reach for because it obviously brightens up the face. It looks great on a lot of different skin tones, and I do like the Dew Blush formula. It gives your skin a nice hydrated glow, but it also stays in place and wears well throughout the day. The other full-size product is their Glossy Bounce in the shade Play, which is described as a bright pink, but these are pretty sheers, so I think in the end it will have a nice soft tint. This retails for $22. The Glossy Bounce formula is, I think they describe it as an actual lip gloss, but it's a very lightweight lip gloss. It feels good on the lips. It's moisturizing. It's not super long wearing, but it is just like an easy option to kind of throw on for everyday wear. And then the mini product in here is their Glowy Super Gel in the shade Rose Glow. I don't have that one. I do have this product in a different shade, and it is a really beautiful product to either use as a base to add a glow, to mix in, or to use as a liquid highlighter. So they do sell a mini on Sephora's website for $16, which I always share the mini value if there is a mini available. But if you break it down and compare it to how much you get in a full-size product, the cost is actually $14, or the retail value is actually $14. So this is actually a really great deal in terms of value. One of the best that we'll talk about in today's video. And Saie usually does a great job with adding a good amount of value to their kits compared to what you pay. So it's basically like paying for the two full-size products, actually paying a little bit less because those are worth $47 and you're paying $45, and then getting the Glowy Super Gel for free. I like the shades they chose for this kit because you can easily wear the products separately. You can mix them together. If you want a super glowy blush look, you can mix a little bit of the Glowy Super Gel into the blush, but the blush on itself gives your cheeks a gorgeous, just kind of healthy, dewy look, and it will give you like that fresh faced effect, all three of these products, which I think is really nice for spring. Huda Beauty also launched a mini blush kit. This is their Mini Baby Blush Duo Set. It retails for $25. Originally, I thought this was a new formula because I have been seeing these blushes everywhere, like all over Instagram, all over TikTok, YouTube, but I think they just ended up launching new shades fairly recently, so they might have sent them out as PR, and a lot of people have been talking about these recently. I also think people are talking about them because it's just kind of like a nice formula for spring if you like that dewy effect. If you've tried this formula, please let me know what you think of it compared to Saie or Rare Beauty. They look nice. So this kit does come in two variations, which I love to see. The first variation comes with cotton candy and peach sorbet, so a baby pink blush and then a peachy tangerine. The second variation comes with strawberry cream and black cherry, so a dusty rose and a burnt berry. So these are the blush filters. I don't know if I ever said that. These are not the newest shades. These are shades that were already existing before. So maybe just check and make sure you don't already have them on hand. But again, I haven't tried this. It's supposed to be a lightweight liquid blush with buildable pigments. Apparently these also have milled micro pearls for a soft focus, high impact glow, which might be a pro or a con for you, depending on how you feel about that. I was reading through some reviews on Sephora's website. A lot of people say these are long lasting and blurring. And then a lot of people say they end up looking super glittery on the skin. So again, if you've tried them, let us know what you think. So as for value, let's break it down. Automatically, when it comes to personal preference, I love the idea of a mini blush. I rarely use up cheek products fully, especially liquids, especially creams. It just takes a long time to go through them before they end up expiring. And I like when brands offer minis. So for me, I'd rather get like 2 shades as minis rather than paying a similar price to purchase one full-size product. That's something to take into consideration when it comes to value. It's not always just about the monetary value. I mean, it can be if that's the most important thing to you, but you have to think about what will work best for you and your makeup collection. But I always like to share the monetary value as well. So the full-size blushes come with 0.15 ounces for $23. These kits come with 2 minis. Each mini comes with 0.06 ounces, which is a little bit less than half the amount you would get in a full-size blush. That makes each mini worth $9.20 or $18.40 for the entire kit. Again, you're paying $25 for this kit, so $18.40 in terms of value compared to $25 doesn't quite add up. I usually like to see the brand at least match what you're paying in terms of value, but again, practically speaking, it might make more sense for you to go with 2 minis compared to one full-size product. The minis are pretty small, and again, I haven't tried this formula, so I don't know if it's the type of formula you'll end up running through fairly quickly. That's always something to take into consideration. This is probably one of the worst deals I've seen in a long time, but practically speaking, if you like mini blushes or you want to try out the formula, it could make sense for your own collection. Rare Beauty did a new mini set that comes with 2 different products. It retails for $25. They're claiming $29 in value. I think this one actually came out back in January, but I haven't talked about it on my channel yet. Some of you might already own it since it has been available for a few weeks. It is the Mini Soft Pinch Liquid Blush and Lip Oil Set. So the blush comes in the shade Worth, which is described as a true rose, and then the lip oil is in the shade Beloved, which is a soft burgundy. I do love the liquid blushes. I'm not a big fan of the tinted lip oils, but I do know a lot of people really enjoy that formula. So depending on how you feel about those formulas, if you've tried them, if you haven't, that will probably influence whether or not you want to pick up this kit. Let me share the value of this kit. So a full-size liquid blush is $25 for 0.25 ounces. If you've tried the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, you know they last forever. So a mini Rare Beauty blush in my mind is definitely ideal. Worth is a permanent shade, which is something to keep in mind because you can get the full-sized Worth blush for the same cost as this kit. So if you don't think you would really even like the lip oil or you don't like that shade, but you want the blush shade, it might be worth it to pick up the full-size blush. But again, it's just hard to use those up fully because they're so pigmented. Anyway, the blush in this kit comes with 0.11 ounces, so it's worth $11. They do sell minis on Sephora's website for $15, but the shade Worth doesn't come as a mini. The lip oil is actually a set exclusive shade, which is kind of nice if you are a fan of the formula and you've been wanting to try a new color. The full-size lip oils are $22 for 0.10 ounces, and the mini in here comes with 0.06 ounces, so it's worth about $14.74. So when I break it down, I would say the kit's worth more like $25.74 to be exact, but they're saying $29 because they're taking into account the price of a mini blush. Not amazing savings, not much of a savings at all really, but at least you're paying a similar price to what it's worth, unlike the Huda Beauty set. So I like that they did that at least. And it's nice that you're getting an actual set exclusive shade because that might up the value for you personally. But again, if you don't think you'll like the lip oil, just skip it and go for a full-size blush for the same exact price. You know, as far as the lip oil goes, I just felt like it dried my lips out and it didn't stain them in a very even way, but I know people do really enjoy that formula as well. So side note, at the time that I'm filming this, which is just like a day or two before it goes up, their holiday sets are on sale and still in stock. There's a Rare Beauty set that comes with 3 mini cheek products on sale for $24.50. It's regularly $35. And then a set with an eyeshadow stick and a mini mascara on sale for $19.60, which is regularly $28. And maybe there's something that you wanted, and now that it's on sale, it might be worth adding to your collection. Maybe not, just wanted to throw it out there. It's March, but there are still some holiday sets available. Okay, so Milk Makeup has a new kit for spring. This is the Jelly Lip Kit. So it comes with two products. Their Jelly Blush, which is a very viral product that we've seen everywhere, and then a Sheer Hydrating Lip Oil. I actually like the idea of this set because you could use the lip oil on top of the jelly stain, which is marketed as like a cheek and lip stain, or you can use the products separately. So I do think it is a fun option. I haven't tried that product personally. I tried Makeup Revolution's dupe for that product, and I wasn't a big fan of it on the cheeks. I actually didn't like it on the cheeks at all. And I didn't love it on the lips by itself, but if I did top it with like a lip gloss or a lip oil, I liked it better. The reason I didn't love it on the lips is just because it really dried out my lips. And again, this is Makeup Revolution's version, so I don't know if it is like the same exact type of formula. Some people say they are really close. Some people say Milk Makeup's is a little bit better. As an actual lip stain, it works very, very well. So the idea that they're selling it in this kit and you can top it with their lip oil actually makes a lot more sense to me. It is one of those products that I feel like a lot of people are still curious about though. So this might be worth trying out if you've been wanting to try out both of these products. So both products are full size. You get the Cooling Water Jelly Tint in the shade Poppy Pink. That's worth $24. And then you get the Kush Hydrating Sheer Lip Oil. It's a limited edition shade Strawberry Haze and apparently has a strawberry banana scent, and that's worth $26. So if you purchase this kit, you're getting $50 of value for, what was it, $34. So a 32% savings, which is actually a really great deal. I think it's a great kit for spring if you've been wanting to try out both of the products. If you hate the jelly tint, obviously it wouldn't make sense. I'd say skip over it. And to be fair, if you do have a ton of lip oils, you might want to just purchase the jelly tint separately because that's $24. So you'll save yourself the 10 bucks and you can use it with really any lip oil you have on hand. But if you've been curious about both formulas, that's a really good savings. I actually thought this was a really great set when I initially saw it on Sephora's website. Charlotte Tilbury is doing a mini iconic lip cheat trio. Charlotte Tilbury does like a lot of different sets, but I haven't seen them do one with 3 lip liners before. I'm sure they have, like now that I'm saying that, but I don't think I've seen it on Sephora's website at least. And I do love her lip liners, which is weird because I don't usually buy high-end lip liners. I'm such a fan of drugstore lip liners. ColourPop, Hard Candy, LA Girl, Essence, like Elf, there are so many good NYX. I keep thinking of more and more. There are so many good, you get the point. So many good drugstore lip liners out there. I don't typically buy high end. And I wouldn't say I'm like a Charlotte Tilbury hater. There are some products I like, but overall, I don't buy a ton from the brand because I feel like they're just a little bit overhyped, but I do really like her liners. It's kind of like this creamy formula that has like a little bit of a tug to it. So, or like a little bit of a tacky feel to it. So it stays in place really well. But as you draw it on the lips, it like melts into your lip line in a really natural way. So if you do overline your lips and you're really trying to like define them, create like a little bit more of a full appearance, I feel like it looks more natural than when you overline with other lip liners. There's something about the formula. I do really like it. I only have a couple of them though. And this kit comes with 3 shades, 2 of which I do own. So you get the shades Iconic Nude, Pillow Talk, and Pillow Talk Medium. They're all permanent shades, some of her best sellers. I have Iconic Nude, which is my favorite, and then Pillow Talk. The Pillow Talk shade is not my favorite on me. I know so many people love the Pillow Talk line, but Iconic Nude is really gorgeous. I love that for like a little bit of a deeper nude lipstick or under a deeper nude lipstick. As for value, a full-size lip liner is $25 for 0.04 ounces, and the minis are 0.02, so half the size of a full-size liner. So each mini is essentially worth $12.50, or the entire kit is worth $37.50. The kit is $35, so there's a little bit of a savings there, not much. If you feel like you would wear all 3 of these shades, I still think it would be worth picking up because you get the chance to try out 3 of their best sellers. And again, it's just not something that I personally go through super quickly. If you're like, no, I would only wear the shade Iconic Nude and I feel like I would actually use that lip pencil up, skip the kit and save yourself the $10 and just purchase the full size of Iconic Nude. But if you've been curious about the formula and you like switching up your lip liner color, it could be a good option. So Tarte did a mini Maracuja Juicy Lip Set for spring. This one comes with 3 options for $29. They're saying $42 in value. I will say that Tarte kind of switches it up depending on the retailer. So I always recommend checking like a couple of different options. If you like the mini Maracuja Juicy Lip products or even the full-sized options, they usually have different sets for like Sephora and Ulta, but also on websites like Macy's, Nordstrom. I just got a kit on Macy's website not too long ago with 2 minis. That was a really great deal too. The one on Sephora's website comes with their original Maracuja Juicy Lip Balm in the shade Orchid. That's just like the typical sheer glossy formula. You also get the lip vinyl in the shade Shimmering Cinnamon Spice, which tends to have a little bit more pigment. And then the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade Cherry Blossom. I have that particular shade and it's actually really beautiful. A good option for spring. All of the full-size Maracuja Juicy Lip products retail for $26 each. So each mini in this kit is worth $12.32. So the set as a whole is worth $36.96. I don't know where they're getting the $42 valuation. Well, I mean, I guess they must sell some minis for $14 each, but not every single one of these shades. Definitely not a bad deal. You're paying $29 and getting almost $37 in terms of value. I will say, take a look at the shades, because if there's a shade in here that you wouldn't wear, I would skip over the kit, because like I said, they are available on so many different retailers. I'll try to find some and link a few in the description box below, just in case you're curious to see what else is out there and you don't have the time to search for them. I'll definitely do that and let you know. But I feel like at this point, a lot of us have the Maracuja Juicy Lips, but there are so many different sets available. So it's nice to be able to get minis for a discount throughout the year and not just during the holidays. So in these videos, I do focus a lot on makeup kits, but there were some new sets from Glow Recipe that I wanted to talk about. There are other new skincare sets available as well, so it might be worth checking them out on Sephora's website. But there were a couple of good or interesting Glow Recipe kits I want to mention. The Fruit Babies kit retails for $30. It's supposed to be a complete travel-friendly routine with a bunch of different steps and some of their like biggest best-selling products. Now keep in mind, these are really mini products in this kit, definitely smaller than like a typical mini. So you might not get enough product to really be able to fully test it out. But if you're someone who wants to try out a lot from the brand, but just doesn't want to commit to full-size products because they're pretty expensive, this might appeal to you. I did break down the value of each product just in case you're curious, and it does give you more of an idea of how much you're actually getting. So you get the Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. It's worth $4.21. So a pretty small amount of this product. I've tried the cleanser. I really don't think it's anything super special. It was very, very gentle, but as far as Glow Recipe goes, that's like one of the products I personally would skip. You get the Watermelon Glow Toner, which is worth $6.90. I think that's one of their best-selling products. It's nice. It's not the type of product that I typically incorporate into my skincare routine super regularly, so for me, it hasn't really become a must-have. I actually haven't tried their Guava Vitamin C Eye Cream. This is worth $7.60, but I have tried their Avocado Ceramide Recovery Serum, which is worth $7.60, and it's really gentle. I probably should use that right now. My skin is going through it. It's actually very, very dry right now. They included a mini size of the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops, which is worth $12.96. They do have a mini they sell on Sephora's website for $20. Just wanted to point that out. So it's a pretty good size, like it's an actual mini. And then the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream, which is $11.76. That's actually one of my favorite products from the brand. Just a good glowy moisturizer. There's like a foil packet sample in here, I think, because I didn't see it in the photos, but I saw it in the description, worth $1.30. It's the Dewdrops, but the bronzy version. So the total retail value for the full kit is actually $51.93. If you'd rather take into account the price that they sell the mini glow drops for, it'd be $59. So for $38, I think that's a pretty good value because you get the chance to try out so many products from the brand. Like I said earlier, a lot of these are very tiny samples. So when it comes to skincare, I feel like it usually does take more than one use to decide whether or not you like a product. It usually ends up taking me a lot of time. So I personally would rather go for like slightly bigger sizes than have the chance to try out so many options that come with a tiny amount of product. But if you're someone who actually loves the brand and you like the idea of like a true travel-friendly kit where you can do like an entire skincare routine on the go, you might like this set. Just something I wanted to mention and put out there. There's actually one that I think is a slightly better option. It's the Glow Recipe Dewy Babies, and this one retails for $35. So actually a little bit less. This one comes with 5 products, and some of them are a little bit newer, but for the most part, it looks like a lot of these products come with more. Not necessarily a ton, like there's still minis, but you're getting enough to be able to use them like more than once or twice. So the first product in here is the Watermelon Pink Juice Oil-Free Moisturizer. I actually really like this product. It's worth $23.67. You're getting about 1/3 the amount that you get in a full-size bottle, so I feel like that's pretty significant. It's basically a lightweight, glowy moisturizer that does have a watermelon scent. You also get the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream, which I talked about earlier. Again, about a third the amount you get in a full size, so that's worth about $15, $14.85. You get half an ounce of the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Hue Drops. These are worth $12.96, but they do sell a mini for $20. So this is the Dew Drops, but again, in the bronzy version, which I think they ended up launching last year, but some people do really like those because they're basically like bronzer drops. And then a couple of smaller products, you get the Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist, which I haven't tried. That's worth $1.83, so not a ton of product in there. And then the Watermelon Glow Dewy Flush, which is like their new blush serum. This comes with 0.1 ounces, so it's actually a quarter the size of the full-size blush, which I feel like is actually a good amount. It's worth $6.25. I've tried that product, and I do think it's pretty on more natural makeup days. It's glowy, it gives your skin like that nice sheen, but for me, it hasn't become a necessity just because it doesn't always interact well if I'm wearing makeup underneath. But that being said, I like that they included it in the kit because it is pretty much a brand new launch. So this entire kit is worth $59.56 or $67 if you take into account what they charge for a mini glow drops. I definitely think this kit is a better option. Obviously, it's going to come down to personal preference and which products you really want to try from the brand, but there are a couple of slightly newer launches. I mean, the blush drops are pretty much brand new, and then the Hue drops came out last year, but I feel like if you haven't tried those yet, this might be a good chance to be able to try those out along with other products in here. And again, you just get more product within each one for the most part. So if you're kind of debating between the two, I think the dewy version is a better deal overall, and it has products that are maybe a little bit more popular. Okay, let's talk about 3 Sephora favorites kits. Now, 2 of these came out in January, so if you've already watched reviews on these or you've already seen them, you can definitely skip ahead, or you can skip ahead at any point. I'll put chapters in the description box, so you can just slide along the bottom bar and just jump ahead if you're not interested in hearing a breakdown on these. But there is a lip kit, there's like a glowy kit with multiple makeup products, and then there's a new hair kit. Let's talk about the lip kit first. So I will say these did not sell out very quickly, which might be an indication as to whether or not people think these are worth the money, because normally when Sephora drops like brand new Sephora favorites kits, they end up selling out really, really quickly. But this one's been around since January. So this is a $42 kit. They're saying $94 in value. This kit comes with 5 products. You get 3 full-size products, 1 mini, and then 1 deluxe. And it's like a mix of lip products. So the full-size products in here are from Rare Beauty, Charlotte Tilbury, and Makeup by Mario. The Rare Beauty lip liner comes in the shade Wise, which is a warm brown nude. That retails for $16. I do have one Rare Beauty lip liner and I love it. I wear it all the time. Again, I don't usually get into high-end lip liners, but those are $16. So not quite as expensive as a lot of other brands. They kind of fall in the middle, but they're very comfortable, easy to apply. They are not they are retractable, so you don't have to worry about sharpening them, and I feel like they actually lock your lipstick in. You get the Charlotte Tilbury Kissing Satin Shine Lipstick in the shade Pillow Talk Fair, and that's worth $35, which is a pretty high retail value. And then the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in Watermelon, which is worth $24. I don't think I have that particular shade, but I do have a lot of those, and they're pretty. They're like glossy, balmy lip products. You do get a mini Tower 28 Lip Softy, which is like their tinted lip balm, and it comes in the shade Ube Vanilla, which is a sheer burgundy. This one is worth $7.16. So you get about half the amount you would get in a full-size product. So not bad. And then the YSL Love Shine Lip Oil Stick in the shade Rosewood Blush. And that's worth $16.36. So overall, this kit actually has a value of $98.52, which is slightly more than what they actually say. So it's about 2.3 times the value compared to what you pay for it. So the value is definitely there if you think you would wear all 5 of these products. That's always something to take into consideration. If you're like, oh, I really like 1 or 2 of those, it might make more sense to actually purchase the 1 or 2 products you really want that are on the top of your list. If you don't end up wearing the other ones or you end up giving them away, I mean, that's fine, but it might not be worth actually buying the kit. Okay, the other kit is the Sephora Favorites Glow Up Kit. This one is $58. They're saying $174 in value. This kit actually comes with 10 different best-selling products. They say it's meant to help you achieve a perfect glowy makeup look. So you get 3 full-size products. You get the Glossier Boy Brow, which I think they included in a kit last year. That's worth $22. I actually really like this product. It gives your brows a really nice fluffy texture. It doesn't necessarily provide a ton of hold, but I like how it makes the brows look fluffy. You also get the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Gloss in the shade Tulip, and that's worth $26. and the Milk Makeup Cream Blush in the shade Rally. I swear they always include these. This one is worth $24. In fact, I feel like they include all three of those products in the Sephora Favorites kits or in some sort of kit fairly often. They're all great products, but at this point, I feel like I'd like to see something else as far as a full-size product. As far as the minis, a lot of these are actually sold as minis on Sephora's website for a slightly higher retail value. So at the end, I'll share like my value compared to what their value is if they factor in the cost of those minis. So there's a mini Bobbi Brown face base, which is like a moisturizer primer all in one, worth $20.29. The Urban Decay All Nighter worth $4.50. The Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask worth $21.78. And then the Benefit Mini Roller Lash, which is worth $13.53. You get a super tiny sample of the Glow Recipe Dewdrops. Those are only worth $4.15. And then the Huda Beauty Lip Pencil is worth $12.60. And then there is a Rare Beauty Liquid Highlighter worth about $4.86. So when I broke it down, I got $153.71 as the total value. Their value, if you're taking into consideration the price of all of those minis on Sephora's website, is around $177. So either way, the value is there. You're basically paying like 1/3 the amount that this kit is actually worth. I do feel like they drove up the value of this kit with a lot of those full-size products. And, you know, the Milk Makeup Blush, the Glossier Boy Brow, the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip, you probably have those if you're a fan of like a lot of popular makeup products, because number one, they're in a lot of different kits. Number two, they've been popular for a while, so you might not necessarily need those products. And then some of the minis are like super tiny minis, like the Urban Decay Setting Spray or the Glow Recipe Dewdrops. So something to take into consideration. Also, they're calling it like a glowy makeup kit. Yeah, I don't know. Looking through the list of products, there's only like 3 products in here that could be considered like glowy products. So again, it just doesn't seem like the most well thought out Sephora Favorites kit. It's almost like they threw the products together and then tried to think of a theme and they were like, oh, glowy makeup for spring, perfect, even though there aren't a ton of super fun glowy products in there. So not a bad value. I can see why it's still in stock personally. The last Sephora Favorites kit is actually a new launch. This just came out a few days ago. It's their Wash Care Favorites kit. It's $45. They're saying $139 in terms of value. So it is a curated 11-piece kit. You get a bunch of different hair care products in here, all different categories. And some are really popular. Some I don't hear as much about, but I wanted to go through them in case this is something that sounds good to you. So you get the Ouai Leave-In Conditioner. This is the only full-size product in here. It retails for $30. There's a mini mask from the brand Color Wow. This is worth $10.20, although they do sell the mini on Sephora's website for $15. And then you get a mini Vegamore Revitalizing Shampoo and Conditioner. Those are worth $10.20 each, but they do have minis on Sephora's website for $14. You also get a mini, there was another shampoo and conditioner, Amika The Cure Strength Repair Shampoo and Conditioner. These are pretty small. The Vegamore ones are definitely bigger. They come with 1.7 fluid ounces, but the Amika ones come with 1.18. So these are only worth $3.59. I haven't tried any shampoos and conditioners from Amika, but I love their leave-in conditioners and I love their hair masks. So I feel like I would like their shampoos and conditioners. The Olaplex No. 5 leave-in conditioner is worth $9.69. I do like that product. I have it. I'm actually using it right now. And then you get a leave-in conditioner from Day. So a lot of, I'm just looking through this, like a lot of leave-in conditioners or conditioning masks. This one's worth $10.20. The K18 Peptide Prep Detox Shampoo, that is worth $8.04. A mini Kerastase repairing treatment, which is worth $3.41, and then a mini Ceremonia Papaya scalp scrub worth $4.25. I guess that makes sense because it's a Wash Care Favorites kit. So a lot of these are shampoos, conditioners, leave-in conditioners, or actual hair masks. Actually, they all are. So they're going to be used on wash day. At first, I was like, why are there so many conditioners in here? Okay, so when I break it down, my value is $103.36. If you take into consideration the retail value of some of these minis, it's $115. So either way, it falls short of what they claim because they claim $139, which just is not an accurate retail value, even if you take the higher price that they charge for minis. That being said, you're still getting double compared to what you pay for this either way. I feel like I can usually tell pretty fast with hair products if I like them or not. Definitely faster than I can, it's definitely a faster process for me than it is with skincare. So even though some of these are smaller samples, if it's a shampoo or a conditioner, I usually know right away just by how my hair looks and feels once it's dry. I like the idea of trying multiple brands in this kit. I don't think they're all cruelty-free. Well, they might be, except for Kerastase. With the Sephora Favorites kits, it's a little bit of a toss-up because they don't claim to only include cruelty-free products. You kind of have to look into each of them for yourself, but I'll be skipping it for that reason. Otherwise, I might have picked it up because it's been a while since I've tried some new hair products. Anyway, speaking of hair care, I wanted to touch on this set. It's from Gisou. It's the Honey Gloss Hydration Trio set. So I haven't tried anything from this brand yet. This kit retails for $65, but they're saying $97 in value. The one product that I consistently think about trying over and over from this brand is the lip oil, which is ridiculous because there are so many good drugstore lip oils. Like usually high-end lip oils don't tempt me. And I don't know if it's like the packaging or the branding, like something about this lip oil always causes me to stop, and I add it to my loves list and then I take it off because it's expensive. Anyway, they recently did a hair mask that I feel like some people have been talking about recently. That's not in this kit. So this kit comes with 2 full-size products and 1 mini, and it does include some of their best-selling options. So you do get the honey-infused lip oil, which is worth $28. This one is the shade Watermelon Sugar, which is a clear pink shimmer. You also get the honey-infused hair perfume in the scent Wildflower Honey, which sounds like it would smell so good. That's worth $44. And then the mini in here is their honey infused hair oil, which is it's worth $18.94, but they do sell a mini for $25. So this kit essentially has a value of like $91 or $97 if you take into account the price of that mini separately for $65. I always like to break it down like a little bit more practically. So you're essentially paying for the hair perfume and the hair oil with a little bit of a discount and then getting the lip oil for free. Honestly, not a bad value at all. That's like a 33% savings. I mean, that's pretty high compared to a lot of the kits in today's video. Other than like Saie and Milk Makeup, it's one of the best deals if you were considering these products. And I have been wanting to try this lip oil. And honestly, that Wildflower Honey hair perfume sounds like it would smell amazing. I'm always up for trying a new hair oil. It just still feels like a high price for a kit. You know what? I'm going to add this to my Sephora loves list. And when the Sephora Spring Savings Event rolls around, if this is still in stock, I might grab it then when I can get the extra discount on it. But if you've tried these products, let me know. Like, are they even worth trying or should I just skip them and save my money? So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if you plan on picking any of these up or if you'll be skipping over them. Like I said in the beginning, I think there might be a few more kits coming to Sephora's website very soon. So if they launch a lot more, I'll film a part 2. But it was fun to film today's video. Like I said, I normally film these during the holiday season. So it's always fun to be able to do them randomly throughout the year if they launch a bunch of kits. And again, is that it? I guess that's it. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I will be back in a few days to share a new video with you. Bye.